Hello, my name is Tracy Allen, and I want to welcome you to Cooking with Some Friends. Welcome to Cooking with Some Friends. Today I have with me my daughter-in-law, April. She's had a busy day at school, and so that's normal, though.
Yes.
So some of the things that we're going to do today, we're going to make some things ahead of time so she can put those in the freezer and have those when she gets home from one of those busy days of work, so she won't have to cook. Plus, you have family
Yes.
coming.
Yes. My oldest son and my daughter-in-law, my two granddaughters, and the granddaughter on the way, and a dog, are all in Japan right now at the airport getting ready to fly in, and I pick them up in like 18 hours.
It's so fun.
I know, I'm so excited.
Yes, because you've never seen your grandbaby that's here, and then...
Yes, I've never met Hazel yet, so I've only talked to Bean on the phone. She thinks I'm a cartoon because she laughs at me.
She is the happiest looking baby, though.
Oh my
I don't know
gosh.
that I've ever seen her not smiling. So the first thing we're actually going to do here for supper, but it takes a little bit of time. So I've done some things ahead, and then we're going to make lasagna that April will take, and she'll have that in the freezer. And then we're going to make both chicken and beef enchiladas that she'll have in the freezer. So she'll have some options for supper. But the fried lasagna, I went ahead, and I'm cutting this in half because it makes like 20. And I don't want to eat fried lasagna for days and days. So I went ahead and cooked my noodles, and they're here and cool. And we'll use those in a few minutes. And so what we need to do is we're going to make the filling for these noodles. And we have to decide, and it's totally a preference of whoever's doing them, if you want the ruffled edges, or if you don't want the ruffled edges.
Well, we all know that I like my noodles a little bit wider.
So you want to leave the ruffled edges. Because if you don't want the ruffled edges, you can always take a knife and cut both of them off. But again, that will make it a narrow noodle. The standing joke is when I make homemade noodles, I don't ask Taylor, or April, or Taylor for that matter, to help me cut them anymore because they like wide noodles.
I cut the noodles really thick, and she yelled at me one time.
I didn't
because
yell.
I cut them too thick, so I had to cut them thin. But when I make them at home now, I cut them thin.
Do you really?
Yeah.
That's funny. That's funny. So for the filling for these noodles, we're going to mix it up in this bowl, and I'm going to have April do my mixing for me. Since we're cutting it in half and we're only doing 9 or 10 noodles, which the recipe calls for 20, we're only going to use 16 ounces of ricotta, and I've put that in this bowl so you can transfer it to your mixing bowl. Yes. Transferring now. Yes. And to that, we're going to add some Italian blended cheeses. This is a 5-cheese blend, I think. And again, since we're cutting it in half, we need 1 1/4 cups. Did you see my cool measuring cups?
Yeah, they look like my dog travel balls.
Okay, now we need 1 1/4. I thought they were so cool. Now I'm going to think of the dogs every time I see them.
1 1/4?
1 1/4.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, did it collapse?
It
You
collapsed.
pressed on it.
I pressed on it. Sorry. I joked with her before we started, and I told her she was going to have to step me through all this, and I would just be the entertainment. So,
So far, you're really filling that.
is that good enough?
Yeah, that's good.
Okay. There's one.
So maybe these weren't that great of an idea.
Well, we all know that I don't cook, so I don't really know how to use them very well.
You cook, you just don't cook a lot. You cook certain things, right?
Yes.
Quesadillas.
You like quesadillas?
I can make a mean quesadilla. Let me tell
Hey,
you.
I have some really cool quesadilla recipes that are different,
And-
like pepperoni quesadillas and.
I've branched out and made steak and chicken quesadillas.
Ooh.
The steak quesadillas are delicious.
Okay.
They're
See,
like,
you do cook. I need a cup of mozzarella in there.
Okay? I got this. I got this in the bag.
Literally.
I mean, out of the bag. 5 stars for my jokes today. Eden's in the background laughing at me.
Ron told me a joke today, and I don't remember it, but it was like a bad joke. We need 1 egg. You just lay the shell there if you want to.
I'm usually better at cracking eggs, but I'm nervous. I'm scared I'm going to mess up for the
And
audience.
we need a teaspoon of Italian seassoning.
Oh, is that a teaspoon?
Yeah, I measured it.
Oh,
already.
okay.
Yeah. And then you just mix that together.
Oh, I got this. I got this.
Then it's going to come the fun part.
Kind of looks like ranch, like a thick ranch.
It does look like a really thick ranch.
Well, it doesn't taste like ranch.
See, really cheesy looking.
Mm-hmm.
Cheesy in a good way.
Okay.
Okay, now in the center, you're going to take about a 1/4 cup, and this is a little over a 1/4 cup,
Okay.
and put it right in the center of each one of those.
So not quite full.
Yeah, not quite full.
Center of each of them?
Center, not just like right in the center.
Oh.
Like a pocket, yeah.
Oh. Like a glob. in the
Because
pocket.
then we're going to fold them in thirds, like this, and seal them down.
Got this. I need picture directions.
So after we're done with this and we're folding them in thirds, then we're going to set this in the freezer for, it'll take about an hour. That way they're good and set. The cheese is a little more solid. So then when we fry them, it holds together better. Okay. Earlier we put our filling for our fried lasagna in our noodles that had been cooked till they were al dente. And then we folded, I can't talk, in thirds. And then we stuck it in the freezer for a little over an hour. It's been longer than that.
Yeah.
So now we've got 2 eggs that April has beaten up, and beaten these up.
Those poor
We've had
eggs.
one of those days.
Had one of those days.
Along in our other bowl, we have some panko breadcrumbs, some Italian seasoning, and some of that 5 cheese Italian blend. So I'm going to go ahead and take one of our lasagna, and we've heated some oil, and we'll have to monitor the heat on it. We're gonna dredge that in the egg, then make sure it's good and covered with the panko mix. You may have to pat it in. You might want to turn that down just a little bit.
It's that cheese that you dropped in
Yeah,
there.
it's that cheese. Now, as you're cooking, you can do, well, maybe 4 of these at a time, but I would also make sure that you kind of get any extra panko that's from the first batch out of there so it doesn't burn.
Hi, Steve. He's mad at me because I beat up the eggs earlier.
You want to make sure you get some on all the sides of your lasagna. Definitely takes some teamwork, huh?
Yeah. I don't want to just drop that thing in there. Be like dropping a turkey in
Oh,
hot
I know, a
grease.
frozen turkey in there. Kind of a messy process, too.
Yeah.
Now, I also have some marinara sauce over there that we're going to heat up. And we have some Alfredo sauce, if you'd rather have Alfredo, which I would. Rather have Alfredo than marinara, so. And this will make about, if you do the half recipe like we did, it'll make anywhere from 9 to 10. It should make 10, but again, I miscounted on my noodles when we were making lasagna as well.
And actually, we had 1 scoop left, So
Yeah.
it would have made 10.
Yeah. And if you're going to serve several people, then I would go ahead and make all 20 of them, but it's just the 4 of us and we here tonight. We don't need more than a couple a piece or one a piece depending.
Or one now, one for later.
Yeah, that's right. Whatever trips your trigger. Is that another saying she's never heard? Our granddaughter had never
Probably not.
heard the saying. What was the saying? What was the saying, Ron? Quiet as a church mouse. She had never heard that saying before. We probably have a lot of old sayings that kids would look at us like we're nuts if they partying. So it'll take probably 3 to 5 minutes on each side. You want it to be golden brown, and so then she can go ahead and flip it. It's looking good. You did really well at that. I would have had it all over the place.
Well, as I started to flip, I was like, it's going straight towards you. I probably better lay it on its
Yeah.
side, not
You might want to
flip
turn
it.
that back up now that we're adding several things to it. They smell good.
They smell really good. It's not like as brown on the bottom.
Yeah, since we turned the heat down. That looks good though.
It's making noises. It's like a little whistle. You probably
that one
can't
looks
hear it,
really
but it's
good. I suppose it's the air trapped in between the folded lasagna noodles.
yeah. And the filling has stayed. I was worried about the filling coming out, but it's stayed in
it
there
stays
really
in there
good.
pretty good. And we've April prepared a sheet that has some paper toweling on it. So once it's browned on the second side, you're going to take this out and you're going to put it on the paper towels to drain some of that excess oil off it. And so then we'll go to the next batch and then we'll show you the finished product. Thanks for joining us for this session of Cooking with Some Friends. Make sure you like this video and subscribe to our YouTube channel. And find us on Facebook at Cooking with Some Friends.